Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 18th of June, and it continues to push higher and higher, and no abatement here in the readings. Just a slight uptick here in the MBI white with a little bit of a short increase until this begins to see a magenta move down and shakeout fading. We're actually at the previous levels to the high before, so everything's congruent as far as continuing. Not bad. Pretty straightforward at this particular stage. NQ continues to be the leader, pushing further and further. So that's the strength that has really done it. And you can see it's cyan under red. Always buy. Steel is completely down at the reset level. So even if it dips below the negative 13, you might see a little bit of softness going there. But as soon as it turns back around, it will be the next opportunity for buyers to jump into it. So that's where we're going. This is what you get in election years. Continue, and of course, Treasuries lower and lower yields. So the expectation, I don't even understand why anyone would be buying those, but that's okay. Oil continuing to jump. You see, this is it makes no sense. With oil rising like this, inflation numbers are going to be rising. If it sustains itself for a couple of weeks, what's the Fed going to do? They're going to cut into again rising CPI that's going to come in at the right before the election reading. So this is the new world. Everything's upside down to a large degree, and that's why we just go with the readings. And if money is going to continue to pile into that, you just need to be prepared for when things stop. And we saw, like, even in Japan, a giant bank went under with its unrealized losses in the north of $60+ billion from a euro standpoint. Still way elevated for where it is, but as U.S. Treasury yields are dropping, it matches where the ECB is, so it can sustain itself at that level. Though, if oil rises, we know that that's going to put extended pressure on the euro going down because they got to convert to dollars. From a gold standpoint, we should start to see that make a move to the upside simply because it's obvious where things are going, and smart traders are going to be in that move as it takes place. So no shock with that. Bitcoin continuing to be just languishing in nothingness. Now, ETH had exciting news. There was a lawsuit not happening from the SEC, so that created a nice little bounce for them. So a little divergence between your cryptos continues to play out. I think that these are going to continue to see upside, particularly as oil continues to grind. And if you see any break in the market, that's where the money's going to go, simply because it's a way to park resources until you're able to get back into the market, vis-a-vis, just transfer from one place to another until the cycles change. So here we had it from the 50K standpoint, breaking out to new highs. Almost congruent there. It's not quite reached the same shakeout level from a 50K standpoint, so that's something to keep an eye on. But as long as histogram keeps rising, it's fine. Look at that steel that far underneath, coming from the bottom in cyan, well below red. It could shift, though, without too much of a difficulty. And the key will be to watch this MBI gray. It needs to eclipse the previous one. Otherwise, a rollover there would definitely give you a bit more of a fade to the downside. But at this particular stage, still riding high. Intraday, you can still see we still get plenty of wave action. So there's plenty of room, both long and short intraday. Not so much when you look at the broader reading, but that we expected. And that's that volatility that actually is fairly healthy from a post-market European session here. Little buyers jumping in. It's elevated things. A little bit of softness about to start for those. But overall, we're seeing pretty benign action. I am going to take this opportunity with the market where it is to head off for a little vacation to the lake up north and rest for the rest of the week. So this will be the last report for this week. I'll have to survive a couple of days without me. I don't think it should be anything too major, and we'll get back at it at the beginning of next week. But as always, anything relevant that happens before I leave, I'll put it up there. But otherwise, you're on your own for a couple of days. Trade well. Just follow the readings. Have a good one.